The AWS is a rather quirky weapon. It is the only sniper to have a built-in suppressed barrel, allowing whoever is firing it to stay hidden on the radar. It also possesses a large ammo capacity, a high rate of fire, and immediate access to the PM2 scope. Good, but on the negative side of the statistics chart, its bullets are the slowest in class, it can't have other barrel attachments on it, it can't penetrate thick walls, and can't one-shot beyond 50 studs. But nevertheless, I opine that the AWS is a great sniper rifle for aggressive players who like to stay near the front lines while being a decent option for supportive snipers. Although, as good as it is, it carries a strong stigma as a below-par sniper rifle that is used as a joke. In every sniper rifle ranking video I've ever watched, the AWS is almost always in the bottom half of the list, and recently, my friend Moon described it as a meme in his sniper rifle stereotypes video. I know it's a stereotype that shouldn't be taken seriously, but there's a reason why it exists in the first place. I want to change that by reminding the world that the AWS's silence shouldn't be mistaken for a lack of lethality. It may be the recon class equivalent of the quiet kid, but it can surely kick your ass when its strengths are used properly. If this rifle was a person, well, he would like silencers, PM2s, large magazines, high RPMs, and fast reloads. You can't penetrate, you can't have barrel modifications, and your bullets are slow. Face it, you're never gonna make it. I don't wanna make it. I just wanna... Before I start, I want to first assert one thing. I'm not establishing the AWS as an S-tier sniper. It's nowhere near the likes of the Intervention, TRG, or M107. That would be crazy. Instead, I'm just saying that it's not as weak as many people may think, and the weapon's negative qualities are just exaggerated. Let's begin with the most prominent part of the AWS, the integrally suppressed barrel. As stated before, it hides your position on the radar at the expense of slower bullets, resulting in needing to compensate more when adjusting for bullet drop or player speed. It's a downside, yes, but the drop isn't really that drastic in my opinion. All you need to do is aim upwards a few millimeters, and with time, you will get used to it. The real challenge, I believe, is leading targets. Since its muzzle velocity is the most sluggish in the recon class, you will have to shoot way earlier than usual in order to hit moving targets. Now that's a downside. There's also the aforementioned bad penetration and the short one-shot range. Nothing can be done about the former, and it's just something we have to get accustomed to. Meanwhile, in regards to the latter, the AWS's damage will leave them a pistol shot away from death anyway, so unless you have a zip for some reason, it's nothing to worry much about. That's all the notable downsides that I believe affect gameplay the most, but how are they balanced out by the AWS's good parts? Returning to the AWS's barrel, its silence will prevent you from being exposed on the radar, whilst also masking you from being audibly detected by any nearby enemies. But you can attach a suppressor to other rifles. Well, equipping a suppressor on any other rifle would reduce their damage ranges and maximum/minimum damage, and although you won't be punished too hard by fixing it onto the Intervention or M107, using one on any other sniper rifle will make it worse than the AWS, like the AWM for instance. This feature unique to the gun is complemented by a fast ADS, fast tactical reload, and a decent RPM for a sniper rifle. It also possesses a 10+1 round magazine and a reserve of 60 bullets, allowing you to last longer in fights. All the positive qualities listed make the AWS a decent B-tier sniper rifle in my opinion, despite the severity of its weaknesses. Now that we have its ups and downs explained, let's take it onto the battlefield. Because of its low muzzle velocity and good handling stats, the AWS is best used when engaging in short to mid-range fights. And since the edges of the front line are where most of those fights take place, this is where the gun will excel the most. Another area where you can make the most of the AWS's attributes is on the flanks, trying to get behind the enemy lines. The suppressed barrel will hide you from being detected by both nearby enemies and further away threats who may use the radar to spot any sneaky trespassers. But what about the other 10-round mag, high RPM snipers whose barrels can have external suppressors on them? Won't they excel in similar situations? Most suppressors will only hurt their overall damage, which heavily punishes missing. The AWS is one of maybe 4 sniper rifles that can have a suppressor on it and get away with it. As for long-range sniping, it will take some time to get used to the decreased muzzle velocity, but you will feel like an unstoppable force when you deny a 3-man push from across the map. If you tend to shoot too early when leading your targets, try this weapon out. To make up for its weaknesses when pushing forward, I suggest equipping a machine pistol, a shotgun, or a 1911 for when you are forced into a KG CQC standoff. Not bad, I say, but what does everyone else think of it? I would say the community is rather conflicted when it comes to this rifle. Some people devote their sniper lives to it, whilst others wouldn't touch it even with a 5-meter long pole. I imagine most of the disapproval of the AWS comes from constantly being compared to its fellow sniper rifles in the recon class and being used as if it were any other sniper, which is kinda unfair. To me, it is a weapon with unique stats that cater to a certain playstyle, and when they are not utilized properly to their fullest extent, disappointment will be inevitable. Despite not being the best, this shy little rifle that excels when close to the enemy is a great weapon waiting to prove itself when it gets the opportunity to. And when you do bestow upon it a chance to attest its strength, remember to flank, stay in mid-range, and bring a powerful secondary. Oh, and have fun doing so. And don't forget, it's still a sniper rifle that can one-shot to the head at all ranges. Oh, and thanks for 1K, guys. I promise to do something about it. I'm not sure what, but it will come eventually.